Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever done all the right things in your business and still felt stuck? Maybe you felt overwhelmed or like something just wasn't clicking. You're working hard. You're showing up. You're doing what everyone is telling you to do. And yet something still feels off. What if the issue isn't your strategy at all? What if it's what's happening underneath? You know, how you're thinking, how you're leading, how you're showing up day after day. That's what this podcast is really about. Not just building businesses, but building from the inside out. All right, let's get into it. Are you ready to mind your business? This is Mind Your Business with Hollie Whaley, the podcast where strategy meets souls and entrepreneurs learn to build with clarity, confidence, peace, and maybe a little laughter along the way. I'm Hollie Whaley, business coach and strategist. This space is for real conversations about business, mindset, and the inner work that shapes how we lead and grow. Whether you're building, scaling, or finding your footing, grab your coffee, take a breath, and let's mind your business intentionally and together. All right, so today is episode 1. I want to say thank you for joining. I am so excited that you're here. I want our time together to be well spent. I want it to be something that you feel is positive in your life. We're going to dish on everything. We're going to talk about your business. We're going to talk about how you lead. We're going to talk about the hard work that we need to do. We're going to talk all things entrepreneurship. And I do everything rooted and grounded in faith. So you are going to see guests on this podcast that are going to be working in ministries and defining ministries and supporting ministries. You're going to meet entrepreneurs that are coaches and branding specialists and marketers and other coaches. I have amazing people. I was thinking about this today. I have such amazing people in my community. My community is full of amazing, amazing creatives, entrepreneurs, people that just are amazing. They're just amazing. I can't say that enough. But on this episode, I thought it would be great for us to get started and just really kind of talk about why this podcast exists, why it's important to me, and the heart of the matter for me. I did start doing this last year. I was actually doing lives. I committed to doing it for a few months, and then I stopped after the few months and just kind of sat with it to see if I really wanted to do it, if I enjoyed it. I love giving entrepreneurs a platform where they can come and they can share their experiences. They can share laughter. They can share their testimonies, their big wins. I want everyone to be successful. And I think that hearing the real information, the reality of entrepreneurship will help you in your journey. And we journey together. I truly believe that when we get in these communities are very intentional and they're to help us build the very things that we need to. And sometimes that means us, right? And so here's the truth about the matter. A lot of really smart, capable entrepreneurs, they're exhausted, they're overwhelmed, and quietly frustrated. But not because they're doing something wrong, but because nobody has ever taught them how to lead themselves first. And so I've spent over 25 years in global corporate leadership. That also includes my time in coaching and walking alongside entrepreneurs and ministry leaders. And whether you are in the corporate arena, you're an entrepreneur, or you're a ministry leader, the pattern repeats itself over and over and over again. And here's what happens. People have vision, but no clarity. They have passion, but no strategy. They have drive, but unresolved mindset, beliefs, and patterns that keep showing up. And I would even say beyond just unresolved mindset patterns, there's trauma that shows up. There's trauma that shows up at the executive levels. There's trauma that shows up at with entrepreneurs. And eventually all of that catches up with the business. And so that's why this space is so important. And I created it for you, and it exists because we build differently here. We build with intention, alignment, and both strategy and soul. And really what that means is that we're going to do the work, the necessary work, the hard work, the work that nobody really wants to talk about, the stuff that we just kind of leave on the back burner, hoping nobody will ever see. You know, there has often been spaces and places in my house, the common areas where people enter and people are at, and I do a lot of entertaining. So, you know, my home feels like a home, but there's certain spaces and places that I make sure they're picked up and cleaned constantly. And then I have my bedroom, right? And a lot of times in our bedroom is where I might have the pile of clothes that are mounting up, right? And it's surmountable, but people never see that side of it. What about the spaces in the areas where I look behind my washing machine? I'm doing laundry. I pull the washing machine out and see all the dust collected, all of that dirt. These are things that people will never notice, but I know they're there. So it's my responsibility to go into my bedroom and clean the pile of clothes, or go behind my washer and clean out the washing machine, back behind the washing machine, the places that we never let people go. You know, the spaces and places that are hidden to people. But in entrepreneurship, that comes out. And so we're going to talk about all of that here, because if you're not operating at your maximum potential and at your best, then your business won't either. And so really this podcast is designed for entrepreneurs and leaders, builders that are really tired of hustle mode and you really want something different. Then you're here. You're in the right space. This space was created for you. And if you want your business to support your life and not run it, you're in the right place. If you're ready to stop surviving and start leading with clarity and confidence, this is the place for you. And if you've ever felt like, I know I'm capable of more than this, I see you. I too have found myself more times than I would like to admit in that mindset of, I know I'm capable of more than this. I know I can do this. I understand and I see you. I get it. And this space is for you. So let me just lay out a little bit of what you can expect when you're here at this podcast. We'll talk real business strategy, the kind that you can actually apply. We'll talk mindset and leadership, because how you think drives how you build. You'll hear conversations with entrepreneurs and B2B leaders who are doing the work, not just talking about it. And you'll always leave with something practical, something you can think about, apply, or shift immediately. No fluff, no fake hustle hype, no just manifest it nonsense. Clarity, consistency, and courageous action. That's what you're going to get when you're minding your business. See, here's why this matters to me. I've watched too many people build businesses that look successful on the outside, but feel heavy, chaotic, and misaligned on the inside. And I've seen what happens when people slow down enough to heal, get clear, and lead themselves well. Their confidence shifts. Decisions get easier. No longer are they procrastinating their decisions or procrastinating a task that they weren't comfortable with. Now their decisions get better. They make calculated decisions. They take calculated risks in their business where maybe they were risk adverse. Now they're willing to take those calculated risks. In this space, that kind of growth changes everything. When you're sitting in the space of entrepreneurship, and I know some of you may be aspiring entrepreneurs, and I want you to hang in there. I don't want you to think this isn't for me. This is exactly where you need to be. Because as you begin to deal with the unresolved issues of your heart, you're going to begin to see things so differently. I base my life on the Bible, and the Bible tells me to guard my heart above all things because out of it flows the issues of life. So if I'm supposed to sit and take that scripture to heart, then I need to understand what it means to guard my heart. I need to understand what it means that out of my heart, the issues of life flow. See, and here's the reality of all of that. You may think you look okay. You may think you're acting okay. You may think that you are operating with emotional intelligence in the boardrooms, but we see you. What you don't want to face, eventually we see. And I don't want your business to be stagnant or stuck because you're not willing to do the hard work. So on this podcast, we're going to have fun. And we're going to do the work. We're going to do the inner work. We're going to talk to entrepreneurs. We're going to hear their stories. We're going to see what they can provide and the support that they might be able to provide to you and your business. So stay tuned. This is an area where you get to learn and you get to hear and you get to walk out your best version, your best version. I'm so excited about where this is going to take us. I cannot imagine how your business is going to be impacted because you stay tuned and you listen to this. And I know maybe some of the language I'm using is shocking to some of you. You don't want to admit it quite yet. Maybe you know secretly. You're right. She's hitting on some places and spaces in my life I need to deal with. And maybe you just don't even know it yet. But here's the thing I've learned about entrepreneurship in my own journey is that the areas that are unresolved that I haven't dealt with show up first in my business. I realize that being a coach, it's a mirroring process. So a lot of the people that come to me, I begin to see similar issues and I'll go, ooh, I need to take note of that. And I need to deal with that once, we get through this process. I need to deal with me. So we have to constantly be in a space and a place as entrepreneurs and leaders where we're evaluating where we're at. And so I would just encourage you for just a moment, Whether you're watching me and you can see me on YouTube or you are sitting in your car, I want you to just for a moment, take a breath. Let's just do a deep inhale and exhale. The reality is we're going to get your nervous system aligned. We're going to get you in a space and a place where you feel good, you feel confident, you're ready to go, you feel empowered. We're going to talk about the things that are important to you. We're going to talk with other business owners. I'm going to bring people on that are going to speak to the heart of the matter. I just can't wait to see who you become through this process. So after hearing all of this about the podcast and where we're going on this podcast, and you'll get to see the real deal of me, I believe in full transparency. I find it difficult to hide who I am. It comes out, right? And I'm not perfect. I'm going to make big mistakes. I'll probably miss my words here sometimes while we're doing these podcasts, but I just want you to see the real deal because it's not always pretty. Sometimes there's a messy truth in every story that we tell. But if you're listening and you're thinking, I want this kind of growth that she's talking about, I need accountability and community as an entrepreneur, I'd love to invite you to the Builder Circle. The Builder Circle is actually my group coaching container for entrepreneurs. They are entrepreneurs that want strategy and support and intentional growth. You'll find all the details in my show notes. So go there quickly. Register to be part of the Builder Circle. It is an amazing community of entrepreneurs, and I don't want you to miss it. So I just want to say thanks for spending this time with me on Mind Your Business with Hollie Whaley. If this episode encouraged you, challenged you, or gave you a little clarity, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Remember, your business grows when you grow. Keep showing up, keep building intentionally, and keep minding your business. I'll see you in the next episode.